Hello, everyone. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Hannah, and
Ferry.
so actually, we are right now doing and building startups. So our startups named FEHA, and Ferry is the CEO. So right now, I'm just going to ask Ferry why actually you made these startups.
Okay, so basically, the company started as a consulting firm. Um, we help enterprise to do what we call third-party risk management, basically performing due diligence on vendors, suppliers, but from security point of view. Because in all corporations, you have to check privacy matters, security, financial stability of the vendor, and many more, right?
Okay.
So I came from a security background. But then after a while, most of corporations also wants to work with startups, small businesses, because they think more agile, more innovative. They can help. They can help these enterprises to do things faster, more efficient, and so on and so forth. But then when it comes to security and privacy, they require small businesses to work like them or to have a certain level of security assurance, certifications. And as we know, there are a big gap of people who work in security and privacy industry globally. And if there are, mostly they choose to work for enterprise. So it became my mission towards end of last year and then especially starting this year that I want to have a company that focus on startups and small businesses, small medium businesses in terms of security and privacy compliance because I love working with startups. Again, it's fun, innovative, and I know how to get successfully, pass the check or test from the corporate. So I want to dedicate FEHA and the tool that we are building at the moment to focus on helping startup and small businesses with security and privacy compliance.
Okay. Can you explain more or give me some elaborations about what is the tools, what is the service that you gave to them?
No, so basically it's very simple, right? So let's say you want to get certificate,
Okay.
security certifications like ISO 27001 or SOC 2 because you want to sell to larger corporations.
Okay.
Or you want to sell to a bank or insurance company. They will ask, hey, give me a proof that you are secure. And sometimes that proof means your certifications. But before you can get that certification, you have to show to the auditor that you have all the required measures, like policies, that actually people at your startup following the policies, the evidence, before you can get that certificate.
Okay.
So what we are doing, basically we help startups from beginning until audit ready in order to comply with all the requirements. We don't do the audit,
Okay.
right? But because in our company we have ex-auditors, so we know what to expect or whether a policy is a good policy or not, whether the evidence for the audit is a good evidence or not. So we help that preparation. And through automations in our platform, many things also can be automated nowadays, including with AI. But then the main idea is very simple. We help people to implement the requirements from the beginning until before audit. After the audit, when you successfully get the certificate, through the tools, we also will continuously monitor you because one thing that people always forget, certification audit is not just one time.
Yeah.
So for ISO, it's a 3 years commitment and every year you will get an audit. If you go with SOC 2, you still need to update it every year. So it means that you have yearly audit. If you go with PCI DSS, for example, it's also something that you have to do annually, right? So just because you pass an audit, it doesn't mean that everything's finished. Then you have to continue. Then with the tool, with the service that we provide, then we will help you. We will help you making sure that you always comply. So just basically think FEHA as your outsourcing partner when it comes to security compliance. So if you don't have your own resources, you don't know how to do it, just leave it to us.
Okay, so I know, or maybe they know, that there's a lot of software like this before, right? So what makes you different?
First, we don't just sell the software,
Okay.
and that's my personal belief, because we believe that at least at the moment, I don't know, five more years from now, maybe AI can do everything without human intervention.
Okay.
We still need expertise, security experts, compliance experts to really help people comply with it, because every single company is different. One company can use a Google Workspace, another company use Microsoft 365. How to make them secure, how to get evidence out of them is different.
Okay.
It's just not one size fits all. Or sometimes we also have clients who doesn't use cloud at all. What to do with that? Then you also still need someone to help you with that. So that's the first one. We are not just selling the software. Number two, instead of creating our own framework, so basically we don't try to say, oh, for ISO you have to comply with 90 plus controls, then we give you 50 controls, then you can directly comply with 50. No.
Okay.
We just work with the requirements from ISO, from SOC 2, from PCIDS. Whatever is written there, we just put it in our system. But then, with the help of AI plus the experts, we will always check directly with that requirements. Because what happened is, yes, you can always try to combine some of the controls. So let's say you combine two controls, three controls into one control, and then when you upload to one control, maybe it meets two, not three.
Okay.
So how can we make sure that we always meet all of them?
Okay.
So we don't create our own control. We just use what's available from that framework.
Oh.
So I think that what makes us different. But then we try to use AI to make sure that all the process can be done very quickly. And maybe last thing that is also related to number one and number two, why we are so confident with our AI, because we are all ex-auditors. So it means that we know what's the expectation. We can always train our AI when it goes not according to our directions. We can advise the AI as well. So not just the client we advise, but also the AI. Hey, this is not the right evidence because of A, B, C, D. So that the retraining purpose is always in cycles.
Oh. Okay. 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 But then, why startups? Why don't turn into the enterprise? Why it should be startup? I mean, there's not a lot of money, I would say.
Now it's just let's put it like this. In any countries all over the world, the biggest part of or the biggest composition of business or organization is always small organization. Everywhere you go.
Okay.
And we are all now connected. We are all working digitally. We are all connected to internet, right? So it's just funny for me to say that we want to work with everybody, but the one who have access to security professional security knowledge is only corporates.
Okay. Yeah.
So, like, I would like to use fantastic, innovative services from smaller companies, but I also want to make sure that I use a secure service, right?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Then, who is the best to help them? I think today, with the advancement of AI, advancement of technology, the affordability of AI and technology overall, we should be able to deliver or to give access for these smaller companies to expertise like we have.
Okay. So your company are established in
Netherlands.
Netherlands. So it's been how many years?
The
They've
company
operated?
itself is 2021, so 1st of January 2021, as a consulting firm, as I mentioned earlier. But we start launching our product just January 2025.
Okay. So last question from me. Do you think this company could thrive? I mean, there's a lot of GRC's tools and there's a lot of markets, but yeah.
Of course, as a founder, I will always say yes. I'm confident about this company, about the direction of the company. But overall, my take is always, as long as we are using data, we are processing data, we are storing data, then security, privacy will always be a requirement. Privacy, security is always an expectation by everybody, to companies to fulfill. So as long as we work with data, then I think this company will sustain, thrive, because again, like I said, we are focusing on startups. We are not trying to target enterprises. We focus on startups, small businesses. There are plenty of startups, small businesses everywhere globally. We work globally since day one. We are not just focusing on Netherlands, for example. We work with anyone. And then right now, my vision for the coming 5 to 10 years with the advancement of AI is, why not we also have security privacy consultants who are based on AI, who can answer or help people in different various language. Right now, we are just still trying to scratch the surface of doing things in English.
Okay.
But people in Middle East may be more comfortable talking to an agent who can speak Arabic. Companies in Japan would prefer to work with someone who can help them in Japanese. So as long as we love to work with data with a certain twist, whether it's our background, language, you name it, then there are so many opportunities we can work on. And like I said, this industry will just sustain.
Okay. So guys, that's all. If you currently want to know more about what is FEHA and what actually they do or they did, but yeah, you can just check out their webpage and their LinkedIn. I'm sure they got a lot of tips and tricks for startups and maybe for enterprises also, but I don't really know.
Yeah, sure. You can always go to our website, feha.io. So FEHA.io. Once again, FEHA.io. Yes, primarily we said that we will only work with startup and small businesses, but again, I came from enterprises. So if you also are watching this video, you would like to ask some questions, how we can help your enterprise, just reach out to us, and we'll see what we can do to help you.
That's all from me. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye.